component to this, because the interesting thing about the voucher system and saying, okay, you can homeschool your kids if you think that's what's right for you, and we'll give you the money to homeschool them. When you have lower class families that need cash, telling them, instead of sending your kid to school, we're going to send the house a check, is going to cause some people to say, well, yeah, I'm homeschooling my kid, give me money, right?
And then the homeschooled kid doesn't learn anything because mom and dad have taken the money to buy something.
I'm sure most of those people will try as hard as they can, but they're not professional educators. They're not gonna necessarily know what the right instruction is, or be able to help with those really hard math problems or whatever.
And my question is how do they actually handle there's different kids that have different learning styles. I mean, even some that actually probably should actually be in special classes because the teaching in regular classes is not actually to what they can grasp or how they're going to learn. But I mean, it seems like they're actually going out of their way and actually don't care about anybody. And I hate to say special needs, but I think that's the most political term for it right now. We need to be able to have all our children educated, and for Christ's sake, they need to be able to have something in their stomach when they're actually learning. But no, let's cut everything.
No. Betsy DeVos doesn't think that we need to be giving free meals at school.
No, she doesn't think, period. End of sentence. She's a stupid...
Wow. Boy, that escalated quick, didn't it?
That was actually... that was actually one of the stories I heard about from Dan Arrow, where he was saying that in San Diego right now, they're trying to make it so only 2 or 3 schools in the district actually have a special needs department, which means that the kids who are now at other schools will have to change schools next year, and who knows where they are,
Oh, that sounds logical.
In relation to where the kids are.
Well, and then they're just going to run into you're outside the district, you can't go to the school. I mean, come on. You're basically creating a problem. But then as soon as there's a potential solution, you're basically going to block them because it's kind of like, this is going to sound really shitty, but special needs kids are kind of like prisons. It's like, well, nobody wants them in our town. Nobody wants them in our school. They're not easy to deal with. They require more than what we can actually deal with.
Well, so it's even more than that.
Let's shuffle them off.
When you have the charter schools and the private schools and stuff like that, they are very picky about who they actually accept as students, because they want to try to have the best students, so it gives them a good look as they're doing better than public schools.
Which is why they shouldn't get our tax dollars. They should get public or private funding.
No, what I'm saying is that by making it look like our school's metrics are better without showing the fact that they're picking and choosing which students they take makes a big difference. So, it's an actual strategy that they've been using for several years now to try to build more private charter schools to get taxpayer money that siphons that money away from public schools and public education. The problem I have with it is they spend too much money on overhead, like $130 million a year for administration, more for charter schools than they do public schools. But that seems to be okay. And then, people are screaming and yelling about, well, public schools don't do this and that and the other. Well, that's because you keep taking their money away. And you make them jump through hoops.
They make the argument that it's okay by saying, well, okay, yeah, we're spending this much, but look at our results. Here's the grade point averages of all our students. What they leave out of that is, we
cancel out
students.
Anybody that's not achievement level or that has trouble learning or that could be a troublemaker or have problems. So they weed out the it's basically, what was it? What is
Pump Up the Volume is what it reminds me of. As you're talking about Pump Up the Volume.
It's exactly like the movie Pump Up the Volume.
With that school in Scottsdale.
No, it's Fountain Hills.
Or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one in Fountain Hills.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with that movie. But the whole idea was it was... Yeah. Oh, are you? You've seen that one?
Christian Slater.
Of course.
Smith and Mathis. Okay, awesome. But that's what it reminds me
and that's
of.
Exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what these schools are doing, is they're trying to get the best students, throwing away the rest of them, but then trying to get the money, saying that they have all these rest of them, and people are losing out. And it's damaging to our children and in our society. because now we've got people that are not able to learn properly or well enough to be productive members of society. So what do? They end up in prison, or they end up, working fast food all their life and not ever having the ability to move up in the world and make a better world for themselves. And it's kind of crappy. Well, no, it's shitty. Let's go past the crappy word. We'll go straight to shitty. It's a shitty way to It's a shitty way to treat people in one of the most developed countries in the world. How do we get around that?
Help build the society that I think we all actually want, right? I don't have kids. I have no real vested interest in what the state of the school across the street is. But what's important to me is that the people around me are educated and can think well.
Right, because I don't want to be in a society filled with dumb people, honestly.
Well, especially since they're going to be ruling us all eventually. They're going to be the ones in charge when we're all old and walking around on walkers.
What was that damn movie? Idiocracy? Was that the one?
Oh, the Bill Maher one.
No,
not
you're
Bill
thinking
Maher.
of Religulous.
Whatever.
No, this was Idiocracy, and it had... oh, God, what's that guy's name?
I don't remember who was in it, but Mike Judge made it, right?
Yeah,
Mike Judge made it,
and it was the one of the ladies in Grown Ups, the one that was pregnant, the really cracked up,
the Hispanic gal.
Yeah, the Hispanic gal.
The
I
comedian.
can't remember her name right away. And the main character guy, was the guy who was the lawyer that was going to marry what's her name in Legally Blonde.
Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson.
God, that was good how I pulled that out, right?
So the lead was Luke Wilson, and he woke up from like a freezer that he'd been frozen in for like 200 years or something like that, and he woke up being the smartest person on the planet because everybody else was just dumb. And honestly, I see that coming sometime in the next 100 years, where some smart guy is going to wake up from cryo, or no, some dumb guy.
Oh, like that Pauly Shore movie. Oh, what the hell was that?
Biodome? Biodome, yeah. Somebody's going to wake up. They're going to be an average person, and they're going to be smarter than society. So they're going to become president by default. No, wait, we already did that, didn't we?
Brandon Fraser, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Because, he's the smartest he's the brightest crayon in the box.
Man.
So
he's not. He has an odd. I mean, it's not normal what we think of as intelligence, but he is very good at manipulating his base.
Yes, he's really good at controlling and manipulating. He's just not.
Are we sure he's not a female?
He has.
That tends to be our strength.
He has a little bit of an issue with control, but he is good at manipulation.
Bit, yeah.
Yeah, his control factor is really low, but his manipulation level is master, obviously, or else he wouldn't be president right now. Now, did you see any of the video and information about the March for Trump this past weekend?
Ugh.
Yes, I did. That was horrifying. Someone downtown?
Yeah. I saw. We were watching some of the videos and stuff this morning, and that's one of the things that really disturbs me about the way our country has gone. Is it is now okay for somebody on video at the state capitol to say, "I'm waiting for the liberal genocide to start. We need to kill the liberals because they're what's screwing up our country." No, people like you are screwing. I'm waiting for the first person to come try to kill the liberals because I'm a gun owner and I have several guns and I know how to use them. So just because I'm a liberal does not mean I'm defenseless. So people out there that
we
are
are
listening,
not all pacifists. So
we are not all pacifists. And if you think that genocide, liberal genocide is going to be easy, you are butt-ass wrong because we will fight. Just remember that.
And the 13-year-old with an opinion?
Get there.
Oh, yeah, the one
that
kid.
13-year-old
You're fucking 13.
disturbing.
You don't know shit about shit.
If she's Jewish, she needs to go back to her country.
Clearly not.
It's like,
right? The kid. No one's told the kid that there are Jews born here in the United States.
Yeah, that are American citizens. There's a lot
really
of Jews in our country, and they live here. They were born here. They were raised here. They're Americans too, dipshit. And just because you're 13 and you're at a Trump rally doesn't make you a fucking, Einstein. obviously.
Well,
after
mommy
looking at
and
the
daddy,
video.
who just happen to be brother and fucking sister, told me this is true, so it must be true.
But
Oh.
even some of the speakers, we had Representative, what was that asshole's name? I can't remember now.
Which one?
Well, yeah, there's several of them, but this guy was actually up there.
I don't remember his name, but
Oh God,
he was still floating the birther conspiracy, wasn't he?
Yeah, there was a guy that was floating a birther conspiracy, and then there was another one that was talking about lock her up and how we still need to pursue that. It's like, really?
We need to get the charges actually there before we lock her up.
Yeah, if you have charges to make in a legal fashion, then let's go ahead and do that. But if you lock her up without having convictions, then you are violating her constitutional rights. Hello.
Oh, nobody
but
cares
apparently
about
that's
that.
not
half
important
of the White
anymore.
House now.
Well,
Oh,
that's
my
true.
God.
Meanwhile, half of the White House now is still using a private email server.
Oh, yeah. Mike
They're
Pence was
communicating
using
through
America
an encrypted-
Online.
through encrypted apps. Yeah.
Remember Mike Pence,
AOL.
Governor
Really
Pence,
surprised.
using
Yeah,
AOL as his private email server. I used to be a guide for AOL. I actually worked for AOL for a long period of time, and I can tell you that they're not secure. They're not very secure at all, unless things have drastically changed. It is so easy for people to hack an AOL account. It is just unreal. So yeah, good job, guys. It obviously shows that it was not about the email server. It was about trying
it
to
never
destroy
was.
Hillary. It never was.
It was all just a distraction so they could do their other shit behind the lines, you know?
Yeah. Wish I could remember one of those.
And that is what they seem to do now. Like when Trump was talking about the new healthcare plan that they're trying to push through, and he said it's a very complicated process, but it's very simple.
Well, first of all,
Good healthcare.
it's not really a
That's it.
healthcare
You're just
program. It's more of a let's hurry up and die so we can take you off the rolls program.
Oh, yeah. I just saw a meme on that. It was Trump standing there next to a person on basically a gurney with a sheet over their head saying,
Yeah, everybody's covered.
everybody's covered. Yup.
Okay.
Everybody's covered, all right. In a freaking blanket.
Let's see. So I'm trying to think. It was I'm looking at the actual original article that I saw about the March for Trump in Phoenix. And it's really funny because they talk about hundreds of locals showing up at the Capitol. It's
Hundreds?
like, just after
hundreds,
like
right.
January
I was at the
21st.
Women's March, the
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
January 21st, there was
was
over 15,000 people at the state capitol. A couple of hundred people supporting Trump. Yeah, that's really top of the notch there. And the representative we're talking
so it's
about
kind
is
of the
Arizona
lineup.
Representative Anthony Kern. He was the one that was talking about locking Hillary up. It's like, yeah,
Boo.
go right ahead. Let's see you try to do that, idiot. And that's scary
Now,
because
he's
that's
a-
the kind of
he's a
people we have
state
in Arizona
representative,
elected.
Or
Say that again?
he's Arizona. He's Arizona legislator. He's a state representative.
Yeah, he's a state representative, Anthony Kern. I think he's from he's from some red ass fucking district.
It is a real frustration for me when people in state politics comment on stuff that would only take place at the federal level anyway. It's like they're just pandering to the same audience as
Yeah, they're doing the same thing
their
Trump did.
senator.
They're doing exactly the same thing Trump did to try to get support. Hopefully and luckily, I think we have a lot of moderate Republicans out there that are going, "What the fuck just happened?" and are not going to follow that shit. And let's hope, right? Yeah, so they had the 13-year-old guy that said if she's Jewish, she should go back to her country. Okay, Jewish is a religion. Okay, Israeli is a nation. So if you're an Israeli, that means you're from Israel. If you're Jewish, it means you easily could be an American citizen just like anybody else.
I could be Jewish.
Yeah, you're not Jewish.
I know I'm not, but I'm saying I could be.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
No, you got
I
to,
could-
no, because you use a fuck bomb too many times.
Yeah.
You would not make it as a Jew.
And I would not mourn a family member
Oh.
for 7 fucking days. Yeah, I don't have that in me.
Yeah, but that was a guy Oathkeeper, and Oathkeeper I think is one of the militias in southern Arizona. I think.
Yeah, Oathkeeper. Oathkeeper is actually a national organization. I've heard Oathkeeper and Promise Keeper. There's two, but I mean these are people who were in the military who have glommed on to the protect the